Oh, there he goes. Oh, look at how. Yep, that's.
Oh my God, you're so cool. Can I rub your junk?
Oh God.
It's a pretty tall table, huh? Girl.
Jeez.
I got long legs.
We got to get Crazy NC Man on the
Oh
podcast.
no! Now I'm gonna do it, dude. I am
That'd be
gonna.
insane.
Crazy NC Man has started posting videos again.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Jordan,
no.
reach out to him.
What is it
Oh my
about?
God, reach
He
out
has
to him.
changed the channel name. It is no longer just Crazy NC Man. It's Crazy NC Man Goes Sailing.
Sailing.
Dude, no, we have to reach out to him and be like, we want to hear your side of the story. And
That
just
was-
like,
He does fishing rod reviews.
On this episode of Crazy NC Man.
Just drag him kicking and screaming back into the airsoft
Dude,
community.
yes.
I think he might. I think he might.
I don't
We'll
like
let him do it.
demonetization.
ready? What's going on, guys and gals, boys and girls, crab legs and drumsticks? Welcome to another edition of the Zulu 24 podcast. As always, I'm here with Anthony from Antec Airsoft Studios, and today we have a very special guest. He's the Bonio from San Antonio, the one, the only USAirsoft, baby. USAirsoft, ladies and gentlemen, is in the house.
It's great to have you here.
Scott Hallenbach is in the house. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
He's the holder of the Millennium Ring. If you know what the Millennium Ring is,
So I'm instantly cursed.
He's all blinged out. We flew him out here. He came out, played a little bit. Scott, welcome.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. You kind of battled through some illness to get here.
Yeah, my body decided to bitch out on me. So I was supposed to be here yesterday, but I found myself stuck in a really hot shower, shivering, and also having cold sweat somehow at the same time. I've been streaming every Friday too, and then just a couple of days ago was the first time I had to skip that because I couldn't stop coughing, and people were trying to give me grief in the comments of the announcement post saying I couldn't do the live stream. It's like, what? I've been at my construction job on a 100-hour shift with shivers and cold chills. You're just being a wuss.
Well, yeah, everybody's always been through something worse. That's
Yeah.
that's just the way the world works.
it happens to me when I have Domino's.
Yeah, Anthony is defeated by Domino's Pizza.
It's not good for you.
I've been stuck in a 1,000-hour shift with 2 broken legs,
Yeah.
a divorced wife, and
Yeah.
like, there's always something.
Like it's his wife, but she happened to be divorced prior to them getting married. My divorced
And her
wife.
boyfriend is my boss.
Yeah, you got soft hands, brother.
Well, anyway, Scott, thanks for powering through. Thanks for coming on out, man. We really enjoyed having you today. Yeah, so let's get this baby rolling. Mr. Scott Trick.
That's what it's all short for.
Yes, Scott Trick. So, man, where are you from, dude?
Alabama, no, San Antonio, Texas. I've been moving all over San Antonio, Texas, but I went up to Dallas for a year, but San Antonio is my home. It's where everybody I love is. And I mean, I don't know if I'd ever move away from the place. I've been all over the United States because of the airsoft world, and I've been super grateful for that. But like, I don't know if I could ever ditch my home city.
Or even your home state. See,
Because we
us
have freedom.
Yeah, us up here in the Communist Republic of New York, we look at other states and rate them based on their freedoms. And I'm pretty sure Texas is at the top of that list, man.
We'll succeed. We'll
But
do it.
still, despite that, we're just like, why do we even still live here? It's like, fuck.
Because we're behind enemy lines. That's why we still.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's home. I get it. I get it.
So were you guys affected? Were you affected by the freeze, the big freeze?
Yes. So one thing that happens in South Texas a lot, because we don't get much snow in South Texas, it's more of a North Texas thing. So I think it started snowing in South Texas that time at like 1 or 2 in the morning, I think. And everybody's outside. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The kids are supposed to be at school next day. Everybody's outside. Everybody wants to see it. We all thought it was awesome until we woke up the next morning and it was still raining. So then it turned into a problem when the power and the water like got cut off and everybody's trying to see and call everybody, but now the phones don't work. And we went through that for about a week. Me and my girlfriend at the time, we were really thinking about just like taking a trip down south or something just to find anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just powered through that. We hung out with our families, and thankfully, my brother had like a fireplace that we could just keep launching a bunch of wood into constantly.
That's pretty
Once-
wholesome.
Once we got internet, then the world was safe to us.
Yeah. It's like the freest state in the world taken down by a 31-degree day.
Yeah,
So-
it's like me and Domino's.
We've been paranoid that it was going to happen again this year.
oh, man.
Yeah, because the infrastructure is not set up
No.
for snow because it's so uncommon.
I think what is it that we have a private energy grid, which is kind of unheard of or something like that.
yeah,
So they've been trying to figure out a way around that.
yeah. Well, they're trying to secede, right? So,
Well, yeah, they got to cut ties,
Be more self-efficient.
the most patriotic state in the union, but it's tried to secede the most times.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's America as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Super American. There's other states that have tried to secede.
Yeah, there's about 12 of them that have tried to
Was it
secede.
North?
No, I don't mean North and South. Like
South Carolina.
no, it's not even just it's not even-
Self-arise again.
it's not even just secede. I mean, like there's some states that have tried to become two states
California,
because
North and South California have been trying it.
California is
Supposedly,
one of them. I think another one was like Iowa. Like some states you wouldn't even think, but there was like some drama. Like they were like really trying to split it up.
West Minnesota.
And they were going through, I guess, the proper channels. Like they called U.S. government customer service to be like, "Hey, we kind of want to split the bill." You know what I mean? Like, how can we arrange that?
is this all during the 2016 election or something?
No, this is like throughout the country's history.
Oh my
Like I forgot the state, but there was a state has been trying for a while. Like,
The state of Ben Franklin. Wait, there was a Franklin.
Well, isn't there that other part with Texas and their agreement with the United States where at any time they are allowed to secede or split into 4 states?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's like this
4
big thing that's
states.
going around online that in the agreement between the United States and Texas when they first joined the Union, that at any time Texas is allowed to secede or split into 4 states if they want, which would also be like a huge landslide because it would be 4 separate states, 2 more senators per state.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
now you listen here, America.
I've heard a lot of people talking about this recently because with the whole, joke Texas is going to secede, the other option is split into 4 states and pretty much sway the entire government in D.C. because of the number of senators they'd have.
you'd see
Well-
the psyops going crazy in those moderate states. You'd see some like real effort.
Austin
Like
trying
those.
its hardest to be its own state individually or something.
In reality,
I was gonna make an Austin joke. Yeah, man. But so you've also lived outside of Texas before.
I haven't
Right.
lived outside of Texas.
Okay, because I could have sworn
I lived in Dallas for a while.
I don't know why I thought you lived in Florida.
A lot of people think that I lived in California for a long time. I was like, do you watch the videos all the way to the
Yeah.
end? Or look at the banner of the profile? Or read anything on Instagram?
So
No. It's all about shorts now.
So like
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching your videos. I gotta say I don't watch every single video, and
That's good.
I found out the other night that you post videos and I don't see it at all. Like
Thank you, YouTube.
look,
We
the fact
appreciate
the
it.
fact that I didn't see that he had a 1v1 match with Print Shoot Repeat, that is absolutely something, and I'm subscribed to him. Like that, how did that not come up my feed? You post so frequently, and I don't see that.
See, as YouTube, we don't find it very necessary for you to watch certain YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So we'll help you.
I also use YouTube to replace my college professors because people online for free teach it way better.
We would
That
also
likes
like
a
to
lot of my
recommend these
algorithm.
Hassan Piker videos.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, you've had your channel for a long time.
10 years.
Yeah.
I it flew by.
Yeah, because I remember getting into Airsoft. I would watch your top 10 videos and like it swayed my opinions on what guns to get. Like that it just was what it was. But again, so I could have sworn you lived in Florida. I don't know why.
So how did you get into airsoft? Actually,
You can blame Scout the Doggy for that one.
I think everybody can blame that man.
I honestly, something I've said a couple times, and I think it's kind of bold. I'm like, oh, I was being bold about this. But I used to say was Scout the Doggy was the one who made it cool to make airsoft content.
Yeah.
So I was looking up World War II reenactments, and somehow I got, totally like went off the deep end on the recommendation side of YouTube. And it recommended me some Scout the Doggy videos. And then when I realized that they were actually shooting AHR with actual projectiles and playing it like it was like a video game, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
but I was way too young. I had to have been like 12 or something like that at that time. So I dropped it. I didn't look into it any further until like sophomore year of high school. I was like, oh, how's that airsoft thing going again? And then looked up Scout the Doggy. And then there was this newer guy on the scene, Milsom Junkie. And I started watching his things too.
Oh, man.
And Level Cap was just starting to pop off for airsoft a little bit. And that was like when Jarek 4, Crazy NC Man, all these reviewers were going out there.
Crazy.
Oh my
Yeah,
dude, you just
Adam Delta 1,
dude, you
yeah.
just
Flanker
unlocked-
Tanker, Concept.
Holy shit.
All these guys were AATVs and everybody.
Jarek 4 still making videos. He's doing
Yeah,
Nerf
he makes
guns.
video game content. I've talked to him a few times. He's happy the way he is.
Yeah, and he's super heavy with Nerf guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want an update video on Crazy NC Man. Because I think we all watched that downward
There's
downward
so
spiral.
many theories
Yeah.
and conspiracies
Dude.
and he said, she said
Oh,
stuff a la Limp Bizkit, but
Yeah, dude.
no, I have no idea.
You like unlocked a core memory was saying that because
I think he threw like airsoft under the bus into like one of his very last videos, and of course everybody was like hated him for that, as a lot of people would.
sure.
But I don't have.
We got to get Crazy NC Man on the
Oh
podcast.
no! Now I'm gonna do it. Dude. I am
That'd be
gonna,
insane.
dude.
That would be insane.
Jarek 4 too. Honestly, all the old heads.
Trying to get
Oh, man.
Jarek out of Portland is going to be insane.
Yeah, he seems he does seem really content.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
happy where he is.
He doesn't.
So Crazy NC Man has started posting videos again.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Jordan,
no.
reach out to him.
What is it
Oh my
about?
God, reach
He
out
has
to him.
changed the channel name. It is no longer just Crazy NC Man. It's Crazy NC Man Goes Sailing.
Sailing,
Dude,
All of his new content, like his most recent video was 4 days ago. It's all about boats. Boats.
boats and
and
hoes,
hoes.
man.
He's got a beard now. It's all gray. He almost looks like Santa Claus, but like 30 years too young.
No, we have to reach out to him and be like, we want to hear your side of the story. And
That
just
would-
like,
He does fishing rod reviews.
On this episode of Crazy NC Man.
Just
Un-
drag him kicking and screaming back into the airsoft
Dude,
community.
yeah.
I think he might. I think he might.
I don't
Willing
like
to do it.
demonetization.
oh,
I don't think
dude.
he has any stake in airsoft.
I don't.
I don't.
Think
He
doesn't
deleted
care.
all
I
of
don't
his
think he'd care.
his
No.
airsoft videos, even though his channel has 88,000 views or 88,000 subscribers.
Wow.
His most viewed video in the last 2 years has 1.9 thousand.
You're doing great.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Does he still have all his airsoft videos up there?
No, they're all removed.
Oh.
He probably either unlisted or privated them.
Why do I feel like he wouldn't enlist them? He would just straight up delete them.
Oh yeah, you click the box and like,
Yeah,
permanently
I would
delete YouTube. I want this to be gone.
I would think that he would be the kind of guy who'd be like, fuck this thing, and just delete all of
Yeah,
it.
but with that many subscribers, like the passive income you could get from ad revenue from just keeping
No,
it public.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I still watch Airsoft Warfare HD. If you
Oh,
remember,
that's an old one.
and there was this guy, Rob LeDrew. He was a Canadian who did a channel called World War II Airsoft, I think. And it was just this nice old man just talking behind a table in like World War II attire, and he would just talk about airsoft guns that were World War II replicas. And it was such, like, you could tell that it was just a simple channel. He wasn't trying to go after clout or anything like that. He was just like, this will be interesting videos. And the videos were so soft spoken where I just see myself like watching them and be like,
Oh
Yeah.
God.
it's like, I love the videos, but it was like,
Do you remember Idiot and Mask?
I don't remember that one.
Idiot and Mask. So he was a.
It sounds like me.
No, he was like. So before Evic Matt, like he was the one that like he was sponsored. I guess Evic was sending him guns to review.
Oh, no, I know. I think I know what
Idiot
you're talking
Mask.
about. He has like some of the best edits ever. When
Yeah.
it came to edits, I always thought like his stuff was different because nobody had that kind of like animations and editing skill.
Well, it was just him in his backyard.
Yeah.
Everything. Private Snowman. That was the name of the
Was it?
channel. And he was like he did Idiot and Mask reviews.
I think the first video I saw from that was the WEM14 review he did.
I think we're thinking of different.
Maybe we're thinking because I remember he was doing like all these special animations and it was like all sponsored by Evic.
That's a different. Did he do the XCR review?
Maybe.
The VFC XCR. I remember that review from Evic, and it was like lightning
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
from the sky. It was.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted that gun so bad. I was like,
Thor
Robinson
said it's
XCR?
your-
I was like, and it's not
Oh,
an
that's-
M4. Like that's all we care.
I'm so tired. I'm like not tired. I'm like so sick that I'm like confusing my Greek deities. I thought lightning was Thor's thing for a second there.
We're all tired.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're all tired.
Sorry.
I think we got off track there, though. I asked,
Oh yeah.
yeah, how'd you get started in airsoft?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
You said crazy NC man and just like fucking.
so after Seaman Man, no, I have nothing against Crazy NZ Man. I hope he's doing good. After I started seeing Milsom Junkie and Scout the Doggy and them, I started looking up like, oh, let's see if they have one of my favorite guns. And back then I didn't even know how to say it, so I was like, let's look up if someone made a Galili. And yes, they did. It is. I've been running one for 10 years now. The one on the table here.
That was your first gun?
No, this wasn't my first. I had a SEMA CQB-R because I bought a WM14 technically first, and it exploded on me.
Yeah.
This was during WE's
As they do.
dark ages. The left side of the receiver exploded on me, and the only thing I have left of it is the stock.
Nice.
But after that big bundle, I bought a SEMA CQB-R, and it lasted me as long as I needed it for. And then after I knew about how airsoft was played at my home field and what I could get and should skip out on, because a lot of noobs buy a bunch of crap that they never use.
Yeah.
And
That
they
is
just
a
waste
fact.
money. So after that, I then went on eVic and I bought my ICS Galil, and I've had this thing for 10 years. I've never replaced any internal parts. Maybe I replaced the stock. I added some extra pins because something fell out, but nothing internals wise. But yeah, you can tell. We ran this again today at Zulu, and the motor, it just needs to explode. Once something goes out on it internally, it's getting put up. I'm going to hang it up. I'm not going to try to bring it back. I think it finally deserves a rest. I've got a whole bunch of more of them that I can know.
Yeah, you two with the damn Galils.
I'm really impressed with how good condition it is in. Like how good of a
You
condition
keep-
it is in for
You keep
10
saying
years.
that. I
Dude,
can tell the scars, but I'm
my
fine.
first gun is gone. It's probably in a dumpster.
held together by duct tape and
It's-
bubble
I
wrap.
don't even have my first gun. Like I treated my first gun so bad. This was the beginning of the tech journey. It started out as a breaking shit journey, and I mean it's impressive, to be honest. Like, and you kept it stock, and nothing in the gearbox failed.
Yeah, the only damages I really had on it, like severe damages, were either like the gas block fell off at some point because of American Milsim event that I was at. But those pins that were in it were like really weak. Like this is like one of the very first gens of the ICS Galil.
Yeah.
So I went to Home Depot and I put some pins in the front to put it back together. The stock was broken off by someone else that picked up my gun without asking me and dropped it. So
Cool.
I've kept it as clean as I could. I've taken care of this thing. But I have boxes of parts if I ever wanted to rebuild it again. But if it finally gives out, then I'll just switch over to one of my other ones that I'll keep rebuilding. I also have a magazine that I got autographed by Markiplier, Bob, and Wade at a PAX South event when they were doing that. But when it came to me getting into airsoft, that was that story. But USAirsoft as a whole began like right away after that.
So so you started playing airsoft, and you're like, I should attach cameras everywhere and film stuff, or how did that go?
The very first games I played, I wore completely all black gear, as most noobs try to.
Hey, bear.
So, on like 100-degree Texas summer day,
Oh,
and I almost passed out from the heat.
nice.
So they drugged me all the way. Well, they drugged me, and but no, they dragged me all the way back to like the staging area at my home field, Mission Airsoft in San Antonio, and they were asking, are you going to go home? Are you all right? And it's like, you know what? I'm going to film this for my friends back at school. And I had an iPhone 4 with the glass back. It was all cracked already, like most middle schoolers' iPhones were. Well, it was high school. And I went out there and I filmed it. And people kept on asking me, it's like, hey, what's your email? I want to see this video. And I got so annoyed by everybody asking me about these videos. So after a while, I think near the summer of that year, I made USAirsoft as a dump page, just somewhere I could drop the videos off so people would stop asking me to email these huge files. and people said that I apparently was really good at filming. And the only prior footage like experience I had was filming and taking photos of my friends skateboarding at our middle schools. Because I moved so many different schools, I always ran into the skateboarders, and I love the skateboarding scene. So,
What's your
Yeah.
best trick?
Hmm?
What's your best
oh, I can't skate for shit. I've never been able to street skate very well.
Oh.
I love just kind of cruising and just like almost being a poser, but I've always been, when it came to the filming, I just loved filming the stuff. And I was always small, and I didn't mind getting really close up to like skaters, so I was really good at filming, I guess.
So at what point, right? So US Airsoft was just a dumping page for, basically.
Yeah, you secured a really good name for just a dumping.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's I almost called it Airsoft World because I was working at SeaWorld San Antonio. And I was like, wow, that's original. And what I didn't know was about the field called US Airsoft in California, North Cal. And I just ran into
Your
their
US
manager.
Airsoft.
I just ran into their manager at SHOT Show, and he was really cool. And he's like, I would love to get you at the field. It would be US Airsoft at US Airsoft. And I was like,
man.
dude, that'd be great. It's like, we can turn that into a big, goofy, like charity event or something. That'd be awesome.
Well, it's a good thing they reacted that way. And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
We would like to talk to you about these paperwork that
Yeah.
Yeah. Just sign here. Folks,
Here's a cease and
please.
desist.
Yeah. No, they're super cool. I feel bad if they ever got a bunch of messages from like
Yeah, people looking for your stuff.
I mean, people legitimately would message my ex-girlfriend.
Oh,
We would love to talk to Scott if you could put him on the messenger right now. And we would love to ask him about this and this and this.
that's definitely the professional way to reach out to people.
Oh, yeah, go through their,
girlfriends.
And that's
Yeah.
totally
The ones with
not
family.
fucking creepy.
Yeah.
I'm happy I never had anybody come to my place. I had a post guy drop off some stuff, and he was like, "Hey, are you US Airsoft?" And it's like, yeah, that's me. Cool, man. You have a nice day. And I was like,
And
I
then you
better
go-
not end up on
Doxed.
Reddit.
Yeah, then you go
better
on
not
Reddit.
end up on Reddit.
He takes a selfie with your address, right?
But you were telling us that you were swatted once.
Hold on. We'll get there. Let's talk about the rise.
Now he's dead.
Yeah, let's talk about the rise of US Airsoft.
So
So
the
like,
downfall of Airsoft.
well, so you're dumping all these videos that you're taking. I imagine there wasn't so much editing going on, with your
Not very much at first.
yeah.
People said that maybe you should add an intro or talk about the games that you're filming so people can have a better idea,
Sure.
of course. So I don't know exactly how I recorded my very first narrations.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I used to do was I figured out a way to rip audio in the most barbaric, stupid way. Coming from someone who knew nothing about video editing, I used to just get my phone, film an entire video, but not use the video portion, and just like talk about what's going on, upload that video privately to YouTube, then rip the video, then delete the audio, and then throw that into, delete the video and keep the audio, throw the audio into Windows Movie Maker in the most overcomplicated, stupid way of doing it. And that's how I put the most basic videos on US Airsoft until I was like, okay, now I need a more proper intro. So I'd watch a lot of video gaming channels, a channel that there's a bunch of different inspirations that a lot of people wouldn't have an idea about how these channels would inspire airsoft content. The Gaming Lemon is a video gaming channel that I watched a lot, still do once in a while, and I tried to copy some of the outros and intro stuff, because it looked more proper back in the time where annotations still worked on YouTube, where you could click on our video just at the end. Now we have cards and stuff like that and end screens, but that was a little different back then. Raging Amish, he did gun reviews of Call of Duty, and I got inspiration from that and used that to work on my own reviews, which were really terrible back when I started off, of course. Countdowns were inspired by a channel called Tats Top Gaming and Danger Dolan, which became Planet Dolan. And Planet Dolan is an interesting rabbit hole to go down now. It has nothing to do with that it used to, but like I hope the best for all of them. But like almost every series on US Airsoft is inspired from a different channel of something that almost doesn't make much sense. But a lot of people will be like, well, you're just stealing content. How original are you? It's like, dude, everybody does this. Everyone does this. I forget what the quote is, but like some philosopher said something along the lines of like, if you're not well, it sounds worse the way this was put. It was like if you're not stealing something, that you're not learning from something or something like that.
We'll just call it market research.
Yeah.
We'll just call it market research. That's fine. So then, did the channel end up growing like at a slow pace, like just your consistency, or did you have that one video that just freaking?
My first American Milsim event that I ever went to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just talking to so many different people back then, and they all wanted to know where the video footage that I was filming. This one kid that had freaking black cowboy boots running around in blue jeans. Where is he uploading the footage he's running at? And I told everybody, just go to USAirsoft. They'll be there. And overnight, I got 300 subscribers, and that made me feel like I was on the top of the world. It's 300 subscribers, but
Sure.
you're just starting off, of course. And I still remember, literally, this was the weirdest thing. I had just started, but I would go up to like a whole bunch of different groups of people before we would start games, and I would tell them like, hey, I'm going to be around filming. If you don't want me filming you, just let me know, and I'll try to avoid you. If I forget, just remind me, and I'll just go somewhere else. If I get in the way, feel free to let me know. Don't hold back. Just if I get in the way, let me know. That's it. And I literally had a dude come to me like, hey, bro, could you like not film me or anything? Because I'm actually a felon and I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, man, not a problem. Okay, bro, thank you very much, man.
Moments before the Jericho Airsoft incident.
God. Oh man, that's a hell of an accent, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, bro, don't even make fun of my accent, bro.
You do a lot of voices.
Yeah, man.
Like, I'm scared there's going to be something that happens to you in the parking lot.
Have you considered doing voice acting?
Legitimately, I wanted to do like cartoon voice acting when I was a kid. Because like in school, everybody's a class clown in school.
Yeah.
And I used to just mess around with the teachers. Like, I used to be a little dickhead in school all the time. And now my voice is cracking because I'm still like, my freaking voice is all broken. But I swear I used to just do like random girl voices and like random announcer voices in the middle of Spanish class and just piss off my Spanish teachers so much. I could never get Spanish to my head, which is hilarious because my mom is basically Danny Trejo in a woman's body. So, but I would just fuck with this guy all the time. And I swear if I could find the man, Mr. Carnes, if I could ever find him, I would apologize so much for the dumb shit I put him through.
Mr. Carnes, he's so.
But
yeah, we were almost voice actors.
Almost.
tried it.
Well,
Oh my God, can we not?
That's why me and Jordan flipped each other off.
yeah.
I
well, you
used
two
to-
were all talking.
It's all his fault.
Each other off.
so we so you met him today, Smiggy. He was reffing today. He's working with the developers of Ground Branch, the video game, right? And I think he does gear and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
so he helps them with running their Discord, as well as when they need reference photos of specific kit, he finds it. So like
Yeah.
he's come to me before asking like, hey, do you have photos of like AOR1 NCPCs from Cry? I'm like, yeah, I do.
So he's
going
going to get like a cease and desist at some point.
Well, no, because Ground Branch, like they're getting permission from a lot of companies to do it, but they're super into like that game isn't like Arma and where it takes an hour to 2 hours just to do one thing. Ground Branch is like it's 10 minutes like Call of Duty, but they want it to look like your HRT simulator. Essentially.
Have you ever heard of, I think it's called War Thunder?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they like actually take pride in that they've gotten
Oh,
so many like cease and desists
Not
and
even
like
that, the amount of intel leaks they've had.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Oh,
forums,
God.
the War
like they can
Thunder,
use
yeah.
that as marketing.
Yeah. So he was we were filming a podcast. I can't remember which one.
It was KWA Tactical League.
That's
with
right. Mike was. Oh, that's right. Because
Yeah.
Mike did too. And he was like, "Yeah, we need just voice record. Get over here," like shit like that. And so after we were done with Mike for the podcast part, we all sat around for about another hour afterwards, and Smiggy would just be like, "Okay, say this," like, "Ow, I'm hit," and we would all do separate ones.
Ow.
Yeah. That's smarts, like
We had to do bad guy voices too. They got
I
got a little spicy.
yeah.
I would just do like PlayStation 2 era, like Tony Hawk's. What you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, those old Tony Hawk games are fantastic.
So
Oh, man.
so we recorded all that. And we were all like, "Oh, cool, we might be in a video game," long shot
Yeah.
type stuff. And I guess the files never got sent.
Yeah. So this is the second podcast in a row we're talking about this. About a week and a half goes by because like I have a lot of work to do on any given day when it comes to like just editing and shit. I didn't realize when Smiggy had us do this, he needed it like now.
Oh God.
And he texted me like a week and a half later. He's like, "Yeah, don't even worry about the files. Like they already picked stuff." I'm like,
Oh,
I was just like getting to that. But thanks, man. If you had told me you needed them like the next day, you would have had them.
Don't worry, I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah, like I just like I'll pound sand. It's fine.
Hey, Ground Branch, if you do like a DLC pack or whatever you do, Dave, give your best line.
I don't know. What do you want me to say?
I wonder if
Okay.
that was the same, because I remember there was somebody coming around doing an Airsoft podcast, an Airsoft video game, and they were asking me if I could do lines too. And I said yes, but I never got a message back. I never got an email back.
Well, he meant lines. He didn't mean lines. He meant lines.
Oh,
I do remember hearing about that Airsoft video game.
Yeah.
This came up like 2 or 3 years ago. But do you remember on the old like PlayStation 2, the paintball game?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I played that.
The NPPL paintball first person shooter.
Hell yeah.
I always remember kids at the field are like, dude, it would be awesome to have a Call of Duty. He was like, it'd be awesome to have a Airsoft video game. I'm like, that's Call of Duty, man. Just
Yeah, it really is.
Call of
Like,
Duty.
he wanted to talk about like some deal about like we can get you royalties or something like that. And I was going to go the Fred Durst route of doing something completely stupid instead of getting paid. So like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Fred Durst apparently during like the like rise of WWE video games, they wanted to use his music for Undertaker's American Badass intros. And instead of paying out, like he was like, here, I'll take a cut or like no money at all if you put me in the video game as a playable character. And I was like, that is the most nerdiest dumb shit that I would do. So I was gonna make a deal. It's like, yeah, I'll do it totally for free, but you have to put Andy into the game for something, either a collectible or an Easter egg or something. And Andy is our octopus mascot
yeah.
that shows up in so many different videos, and people
Okay.
love him.
Nice.
Cool. I was going to ask who Andy was. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause you said
Andy is my friendly neighbor who helps me with like gymnastics.
nice.
Right? You guys have that, right?
Yeah. of course.
Gymnastics. Gymnastics is like tripping and falling at Zulu when trying to look cool. That's
When there's
that's
too
my
much mud.
gymnastics.
He's always been very friendly whenever penis inspection day comes around.
So speaking of which, you said you went to Japan recently. How was that? Did you play airsoft in Japan? Did you get to go to any stores in Japan? Like
Storch?
stores?
Yeah, Storch.
Stores. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep and hatred. Like just,
Yeah, it's because you own a Galil. That's why. That's where the hatred comes from.
Oh my god.
God.
I
How was Japanese airsoft? Did you do even? I mean,
played
you did. Okay.
CQB and field.
Were you allowed to run?
Not at the CQB place, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
So a lot of the structures in their CQB arenas are, wooden barriers and wooden structures, but they're not mounted into the concrete or anything.
Okay.
So imagine if one guy's taking cover behind one barrier and you're running full force and you slam against that barrier or you trip or something like that and you force that barrier over, you're just going to make that just like smash the other
Yeah.
dude. Or you're going to mess up a bunch of other stuff. The liabilities of you crashing into stuff
Yeah.
becomes too high. And especially in Japan, if you ever go, they don't waste any room. Everything is used, So there's not even that much room to get speed
Yeah.
from running, We did play a pretty mean prank, honestly, whenever they were explaining to us, it's like, and remember, no running. And it's like, well, yeah, of course. And then we start the game. They're like, 3, 2, 1, go. And even the referees, like, we can't hear what they're saying, but we get the gist of like, okay, smart asses.
I imagine airsoft in Japan is like really polite.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, sorry for shooting you.
It's
Like,
just Call of Duty, but without the toxicity, basically. That's how I always
what's that like? Jeez. Louise.
wimpy. No,
No.
it was really fun. I had no problems at all. We had a guy with us that was pissed the whole night, though. He was just like cursing random people out that didn't understand what he was really saying, but they understood some words. So like, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Shut up. But that night in general for the CQB was great. We did the Crytek owners meeting in Japan, and that was field game. And me and Evic Matt, we were killing it. And afterwards we felt like confused, because you ever hear that like, oh, Japanese airsofters, they take this seriously, man.
Yeah.
They're on a totally different level. And what we understood was, oh, we're going to get our asses kicked.
Yeah.
And we went there, and me and Matt rolled on all these people. And we were confused because we're using the same like guns that they would, and we're stacking bodies. And me and him were just like, is it me or was that really easy?
Oh man.
And it's like, well, because we're playing almost two different tactics. They're
Yeah.
taking it very Rainbow Six Siege,
Okay.
and we're running in there like some cracked out Call of Duty players.
They're like, don't fuck with America.
So
So they're
we're
like,
just-
these guys are crazy.
We're blitzing people. But if we were doing the same thing they were doing, then it would probably have been like even playing field. And of course, like other people are still getting us too.
Yeah.
But we're like, our KD is just crazy. Like I had a guy throw a grenade around a corner and it hit me in the chest and just psh, but I somehow caught it because it like hit me, bounced up, went off, and I caught it again. And he looks around the corner and he sees me and I'm like,
you take a bite out of it.
this piece of shit. not suitable for American.
You don't break
What-
eye contact the whole time. Just
I'll be back. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh.
So he came by and he was still pointing down the barrel, all precision. And I looked at him and he was like,
so were you allowed to bring your own guns to Japan?
Nah, we couldn't
right,
do
because
that.
they had the FPS limits had to be super low and
Yeah.
also like metal on the gun.
Yeah, metal pellets at all times. No,
yeah.
no. There was a video that we did over like five misconceptions about Japanese airsoft,
Mhm.
and there are still people that are debating the answers that were given by a guy who's lived in Japan most of his life.
Yeah.
You know, who works with a Japanese company, buying and selling and working in the industry of Japanese airsoft for years. And
Yeah.
people are still trying to fight with this guy, but he was trying to explain like, oh no, we can have metal replicas, just not in pistol form for these parts and those parts. We don't have green gas, but we have this and that, and the reason why behind it, and the whole no running misconception myth and stuff like that.
I only ever heard of that because one of our refs recently just got back from Japan within the past 2 weeks.
Alex.
Alex, yeah, and he was telling me about it.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm always curious about
at
how.
small CQB places.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. He said some places yes, some places no.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing you did. Actually, it just made sense.
Yeah.
And
Why
So-
am I going to run at full speed to immediately stop and then turn left and
to win,
Eh,
to win.
two steps and so yeah, those places made sense. What I liked is their stores, they kick our ass at production when it comes to stores. Like I went to one and I cannot remember the name of it, but it felt like a library
Yeah.
because you go in and you can't actually see a whole lot of guns, like brand new stuff. It's
Mhm.
like all in like shelving. And the way I mean is like you go up and like everything's lined up against the wall
Yeah.
and all the guns are pointing upward
Yeah.
inside of these shelves, and you pull a wall outward and all the guns are
It's
lined up like that.
It's like the Matrix.
And it's yeah. And I was just like,
They know how to save space.
exactly.
You got
And
to
they had so much inventory, but in such a little space. And like they had drawers down below, and you pull those out, and there was like magazines for that type of like replica, batteries that would fit it, attachments that would go for those certain things.
It's almost like they have good quality and precision.
It's
So-
also
I was
they're
thinking
not
they-
concerned
like
about
you-
theft.
Well, that too. Yeah. Well.
you do that in America, and you put like a ledger on the end of like those.
Yeah, to block sight lines and
Yeah,
whatnot.
it'd be like, I'm looking for 416. That is shelf 3, and you just go over to shelf 3, and it's all 416 and H and K M4 stuff. And it's like that would be crazy.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
they probably apply that to their airsoft gun making too. I'm trying to think of a brand of Japanese gun.
Tokyo Maruri.
Yeah,
Tokyo
or
Marui.
Sistema,
Now look at here, brother. It's Maruri.
or
You got it. No, you got. It's
Ma-
supposed. You have to
Maruri.
like roll your R.
Marui.
But you know what I say? Who cares?
you know what it is?
Maru-
You're pronouncing it wrong. You're pronouncing it wrong.
I
It's
feel like my
it's
failed
just-
attempt at pronouncing it sounds really offensive.
No, no.
Not even.
well,
like-
you're both pronouncing it wrong because it's actually pronounced Sistema. That's how you say
Do you
it.
use Sistema? Do you wear Cry Precision?
this well,
Careful.
the Jamaican.
Careful.
Jamaican Japanese
No,
guy.
that's Mario. So
Oh,
Yeah,
Zulu used to have 2 owners. Mario was one of them, and
he was Argentinian.
he's Argentinian.
Yeah.
Love Mario. We were filming a video, and I asked if I could be in it, right?
Oh,
and he's
that's
like, no. He's like, do you have Sistema? He's like, do you have Cry Precision?
Yeah, he's kind of making fun of
When-
him a little
yeah.
bit.
whenever we were there, I don't know how this came up in conversation, but I figured out how to say Cowboy Bebop, the anime. how to say Cowboy Bebop in Japanese.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's Cowboy Beboparu. I'm like, there's no way that it's Beboparu. It's like, sounds the most like racist thing ever.
That sounds like if somebody was just trying to do a really bad Japanese.
Well, do you know how to say
accent.
bank in Spanish?
No.
Banco.
Banco. Like, El Banco.
Yeah.
Does that sound racist?
Yes, that would be correct. I was like,
Did I just
really?
speak Spanish properly, or am I racist? El Banco.
That'd be a good segment.
Yeah.
Well,
the only people offended don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, I think Tosh already did that. Is it racist? He had like a second, like, is it racist?
Oh man.
I forgot what the question was.
Oh well, so we'll circle back.
Let's
right?
go back. Yeah.
So the original, I think it was like the growth of the channel US Airsoft. Did it just like one day you had one viral video that went, or was it just slow progression all the way up to now?
I think the countdowns mostly pushed
Yeah.
a lot of the growth, but I really pride like myself into not becoming the one like type of video guy.
Okay.
So I don't want to be just US Airsoft, the guy who does countdowns only. I don't want to just only do reviews. I don't only want to do gameplays.
Yeah.
I want to be diverse in all the different video stuff because I can do those different things and I
Yeah.
can attract different people. But that bites you in the ass quite a bit too, because people go to Jet for
Getting teeth shot out.
gameplay.
Oh, gameplay. Yeah, that's right.
People go to Airsoft Mike for like enthusiast style reviews, but people go and watch like an Airsoft Tech channel specifically for like Airsoft Tech videos. Like many different creators have their own thing that they do very well, and everybody expects them to make a certain type of
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
When you watch Negative Airsoft, you're going to hear the word fuck a lot.
Yeah.
So that's what is to be expected. Now, when it comes to US Airsoft, I have divided my audience so much,
Yeah.
and I'm just being like brutal on myself. I have divided my audience so much that everyone is not going to be interested in anything I make. That's just how it's going to be. What I mean by that is not everyone wants to watch a review. Not everyone wants to watch an unboxing. Not everybody wants to watch a countdown. So there's huge portions of my subscriber base that are only there for one type of video. And there are still a really big portion of people that will watch anything.
Yeah.
I like to think that I've got a very loyal fan base on that. And I love them for that because we've been doing all sorts of crazy stuff for the because of that. But people will let me know, hey, I don't want to watch your gameplay videos. I would love it if you just straight up only did countdown videos. If you did that, the channel would explode. I've been told this for years.
Yeah.
Scott, just screw all the other videos. Only make countdowns.
Yeah.
You can make them endlessly. And you can revisit old episodes endlessly.
Sure.
But I'll just be the countdown guy forever.
Well, you could do multiple channels, right? You could
I
have-
would run myself.
Yeah.
I'm a one-man band.
Yeah.
I do everything myself. Whenever I don't, I let people know,
Yeah.
but it's rare. So now it'd be me doing the exact same thing I'm doing on the US Airsoft channel for another channel.
Well,
At
it'd be
the
like
same
three.
pace.
You'd have like 3 different channels.
And I want to at least have a video out a week, unless it's like a big production that's going to be bombastically stupid a lot of times.
yeah.
So like I'm working right now on a big video called 5 Types of Rich Airsofters, which is a complete satire joke of a video.
Yeah.
And I swear, like I could read some script inserts, but I'm gonna shit on so many different people. The comments are gonna be a parade.
So we were like, you were telling us at dinner the other night, and there was one specific. We won't talk about it. I don't want to spoil the video for people, but there's like one specific type of rich airsofter, and it's so funny that it's a rich
airsofter because it is a very rich airsofter. One of them is Richie.
It's rich.
It's
It's
rich.
absolutely rich.
I think I know what
And,
you're talking. I think I know. We're talking like Voom Voom brings a bunch of stuff for everybody, or
No, no. He doesn't clear rooms. He just
I have no skill, so I'll just throw $300 in pyro in that room and cheese every battle I possibly can.
That's Rich.
You were telling us that we were just like the same guy. And Rich is a phenomenal dude. He's been on the podcast. I consider him a friend, but when he finds tags or launchables or anything, he buys all of them. He brought to Benghazi, the game we did this year at a Panthera Training Center. He brought 300 launchables. I don't even know how many like
like
throwables.
300 explosive.
throwables. He bought about 150. He still has at home like 200 throwables.
Yeah, like that stuff's like gold right now because
yeah.
because
And
they,
that's
they're having
just
a hard time getting
tags.
it.
That's not including his stockpile of EG67s.
Oh yeah,
He's got probably another 5 or 6 cases of EG67s.
he brought 300.
And that'll all be used on 2 CQB situations.
I don't know how many did he fire at Benghazi.
At Benghazi, he fired like 185.
So these are some great examples.
Jeez.
Yeah. But that's also his favorite way. Like, he's like, hey, I have the money for pyro. I'll
Yeah,
just use all the pyro. And I get it. Me too. Because now that I have the ability to afford pyro, like, yeah, I'm not going to throw one. I'm going to throw 5.
As someone who's filmed on both sides of a lot of different firefights at Milsim events, oh, you guys should see the looks on some of the guys. Like, okay, imagine you're in a room, someone throws a tag in, hits you, takes out like 2 of your team members. So you know you're hit, you're sat down, you got your dead rag out, and you're just sitting there, but like there's 2 other guys that survived it somehow.
Yeah.
Now you're waiting, but no one's rushing into the room.
Yeah.
Just another tag in. Okay, block your ears.
Yeah.
Goes off, you're done. And then there are 2 of them. I was like, shit. And somehow, like, they're already hit now. Everybody's dead.
Yeah.
But they're still throwing stuff in there. And you've been struck by so much crap already
Yeah.
for the past 3 minutes. And then they finally storm the room. You probably still get shot, even though it's clear that you're already hit.
No, they shoot you in
Like,
the dead rag. That's
way overboard. And you see the guy who threw all that stuff all smug.
Yeah.
And then all the team members behind him like,
Yeah.
and all you and like half the team are just staring back at everybody like, you motherfucker.
So
Dan at Op $1 Million.
that was a good example. Also GTI, we died in the stairwell. And GTI, is that a nuclear substation or something?
It's a training facility based around a nuclear reactor.
Yeah, right. So everything's thick concrete. So we're in this stairwell. We die at the first landing up on this concrete tube, right? And it's like 3 stories tall or whatever. Well, they're on the top just throwing tags down, and it's a continuous supply of freaking tags going off in this confined space.
Conveyor belt up there.
And it's just reverberating. It's like we've been dead for like 5 minutes, dude. I swear I got a TBI from that freaking, just from that, dude. It made the jelly in your eyes vibrate. Like every time you're like, God, I feel it in my liver. Like, God,
I went
stop
100% deaf because of a situation like that once.
That's a bold claim because you can hear me right now.
Well, like 100% deaf for a moment of time. Somebody threw a tag into a shipping container and closed the door thinking that was an enemy.
That'll do it.
And I couldn't hear anything at all. 0. And I was
ringing.
Hmm?
The ringing.
It was just mute.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking like, oh my God.
That's terrifying.
And
Yeah.
the guy who was like trying to apologize, I can't hear anything he's saying. He's like right there. And I could tell in his face, he's like, I just made Scott just go deaf. Everybody's going to hate my ass.
Okay.
And then after like 10 minutes, it just started to faintly come back. I was like, thank you. Thank you very much.
That's what happened when Rich shot me in the face with his 40 mil launchable at Benghazi. I went deaf, and you had to play dead for this game. I like really played dead for a little bit. I was just like, let me just recoup myself a little bit here because my eyes felt like jelly in that instant. Yeah.
Well, let's be clear too. Just the way you said that was like he ran up on you and
he was super far away.
dude, he's like 100 yards
Dude,
away.
like he was not aiming for my face.
Well, you said that he has like a very precise launcher.
Yes, he does.
He does. I was behind a car and he just got it in, and I'm convinced that like either somehow if it was a timed one, it went off in between my head and the car that I was using for cover, or it like hit the car for cover. But it was like, and I ate that.
What was the sound it made? What was the sound it just made? What? Blah.
No, it made
Blah.
that's the sound it made. That's all I could hear, like when it happened.
You're so dramatic.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No,
I
it was-
And then
I
It was
died.
intense. It was intense.
I still love Richie's reaction during the AAR at Benghazi when you were like, yeah, Rich, you hit me in the face. And they're all standing there like, oh.
Just loud monkey noises.
Yeah.
Whatever. What? You was on this the whole weekend.
Literally. I'll put that clip on.
I love Rich. I love you, Rich.
It was a little
I'm not,
excessive.
I'm not mad at Rich. It wasn't that bad. Airsoft is safe. Get over it. People watching.
Rich
it.
basically
And then I
T-posed
died.
over Anthony.
and then I died.
He just told the crazy story. I had to like fucking Be like, yeah, I got shot in the face.
Jesus, let me one up the guest. Here we go. I
Yeah.
got shot in the face too.
It's just literally going to be that for anything I say. It's like, oh, what? So you were homeless? Well, I died.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm trying to like empathize with the story. I get it.
I threw myself in the prostitution. So
Rookie move.
Rude.
Sorry.
Rude. Is that an alarm too that just went off?
For my son's bedtime, yeah.
Ruined.
go put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Ruined. So fuck that. Well, that just ruined the Thanks,
I'm
Anthony.
making a whole bunch of mistakes.
Thanks,
Doing
Anthony.
bad. I told you I'm running off of no sleep and just pure hatred.
Excuses is all I hear.
That's all I got.
I was gonna say, well, I lived under a bridge for a year, but those were different.
Was it like Deadpool where he meets the girl and they're having like who had it worse
Yeah.
off?
Yeah.
It's basically that.
I wasn't trying to do that though.
All right, so US Airsoft starts taking off at some point, right? And it's you just said it, right? You're a one man show. You're doing all the editing. You're doing all the filming. So something I noticed today too, man, is that in just our brief time kind of hanging out together, is that like you're
I'm sexy.
You know, I mean,
How old are you?
yeah, well, like not only do you look like Johnny Depp, but
Yeah.
I've got so much face paint on still from.
it's your mascara. It's fine. It's all right. You're doing good. But it's very clear that you're a very creative person. So like,
Clearly.
well, you're left-handed.
You have circular glasses. That's like
Yeah.
you are an artist.
You were saying earlier
Whereas
it's
if
because I'm left-handed, and I was like, oh yeah, I like to smudge everything I write.
yeah.
Dude, your signature's the nicest one. And you drew a picture.
With
I should have
the
drew a
beanie.
dick
With the beanie. With the
with the
the
beanie
beanie.
on it.
But so like you're putting out content once a week, plus you're streaming on Fridays. I mean, you're hitting it hard, man.
I've been trying to keep a routine because I noticed when I did live streams, we would have like the most viewers for an Airsoft live stream, which was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, but all I'm doing is sitting here and talking about like the guns on the table.
Hey.
And I've had to dumb down the live streams even more
Hmm.
because of YouTube rules.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but like I would get live streams shut down.
Mhm.
So I looked at the rule set that they would send to me as the reason why they shut down the live stream. And it was because you are not allowed to manipulate or handle firearms.
What? Like this?
Bam, live stream. just got shut down.
Anthony.
Like this?
Yeah,
God.
live stream just got shut down.
God bless America.
Like
So whenever I do live streams now, they will stay on as long as all I'm doing is pointing at stuff. But as soon as I pick something up, that's where I become liable for getting the live stream shut down.
You should get like a big long stick that has
With the little-
like a Mickey Mouse hand.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. So yeah, I've been following that, and that's been working.
Mhm.
But I cut you off. I'm sorry. What was-
No, you're fine. I was praising your work ethic because you don't get to.
Oh yeah, I just want to hear it again. So no.
Oh, okay. I was praising your work ethic. like what goes in, like, how are you've got to be multiple videos ahead in your brain or on paper. Like, how do you generate the ideas for your content? Do you like put it out to your subscribers and they just kind of like feed you stuff back, or is it just, that's all you, baby?
A little of everything.
Yeah.
I do. You know how a lot of people are like, I do my best thinking when I'm taking a turn, like
Yeah.
or I'm driving, whenever I'm beating my meat, it just
Well, afterwards,
yeah,
after you're done.
you need the clairvoyance afterwards. But
I'm damn near
the
psychic.
post nut clarity.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of my thinking literally in the shower.
Yeah. You
And
Yes.
I'll take like hour-long
Same
showers,
thing.
and after I'm done having imaginary arguments that I always win,
Yeah.
I have
final boss fight.
then I was like, fuck you, mom. But no,
Yeah.
but I write all my scripts in my phone,
Yeah.
in my notes, and I have literal like lists of videos that I could work on in the future. A lot of them are dumb,
Yeah.
and some of them are dumb enough to just be US Airsoft videos. So I've got countdown lists ideas forever. I've got like reviews over certain products that I could always do whenever certain things become in stock or some things finally come into the United States and such. And then I'll ask the fan base. I love asking the US Airsoft channel members.
Mhm.
So they're exclusive. So they get to see like certain posts only directed towards them.
Yeah.
I'll ask on Instagram. I'll ask other YouTubers. I'll go on YouTube and I'll see ideas that are going viral right now and see if any of those ideas can be worked around and make that the subject of an airsoft video. And those go over very well too. So I'm always keeping my eyes open for certain things that just sound interesting.
Yeah.
They just brought in an M202 Flash replica. And if you don't know what that is, it's the 4-barreled napalm rocket launcher. Did you ever see Commando?
Yes.
You know, the
I
Arnold
know what you're talking
Schwarzenegger
about.
fucking refrigerator
He like
launcher.
opens it up, like
Yes.
extends it. Yeah.
So a company made a legit version of that for airsoft.
Dope.
Thing weighs like 20 pounds. It's all aluminum and steel. It costs like $1,800.
Yeah.
And it's honestly a really stupid piece of tech.
What does it shoot?
I'm
imagine
not
it's like
quite sure
shower
exactly.
shells.
I'm not quite sure what it can shoot.
Right.
But I asked the USAirsoft community tab on YouTube, just like, hey, if I can find one of these at EVIC while I'm here in California, would you guys want to see a review on it? Everybody, yeah, fucking yeah, do that. Nobody's doing that. And then it was like, okay, let me go in. Somebody bought the last one an hour before I showed up.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm always writing down video ideas, asking around to all sorts of people that know about airsoft, people who couldn't give a shit less about airsoft,
Yeah.
people in the scene, out of the scene, industry people, common players and stuff like that. And I'm always trying to take that inspiration. And sometimes I just want to sit there and be like, bro, let's just make a video with my MG42. Fuck everybody else.
I think it's impressive that, well, everybody has shower thoughts and writes stuff down. But
Yeah.
you're going back to your notes after you write them down and you're actually like executing.
Is this
on it.
viable?
That's
You know?
that's actually more rare than people jotting down every idea they have. You know, like everybody wants a berm, nobody wants to build a berm.
That's right.
And I'll
You know?
also I'll write script segments of points that I want to
Yeah.
make for videos I might not ever make.
Yeah.
Right. But you have
So,
that
yeah.
backlog. I think if, like, in my mind, if you ever hit a point where you're at a creative stump, you're like, let's go back. Let's look at all this other stuff.
And what's
I'm-
funny is
yeah.
like some smartasses will comment and be like, bro's running out of ideas. I'm like,
I'm
where are
too-
you getting that information?
Fool, this
from?
isn't even my final form.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
I'm 3 years ahead, baby.
Yeah.
The cynicism on like when it comes to airsoft YouTube is like hilarious because everybody's always trying to shit on you, but then it's like, what? A lot of this stuff is so stupid.
Well,
I focus a lot on negatives and stuff like that.
That's
but
why I'm still appreciating that. Like, I have a small little thing going on. It's generally always very positive
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's very direct. And I'm sure it was like that for you when you were starting out. And now you have to deal with some actual bullshit that
Yeah.
probably makes you anxious.
the conspiracy theories that people make are pretty stupid.
Well, you've been swatted.
Yeah, so that happened years ago.
Yeah.
But it went nowhere because somebody I know was in the police force and they basically intercepted the whole call and they're like, no, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
And they called me ahead of time and told me about it. And they're like, yeah, we're not sending anyone over there. That's a dumbass call.
Yeah.
They basically said that I killed my mom and was shooting a machine gun on my balcony. And it's like, God, that doesn't sound stupid.
The cops call you.
Yep,
Hey,
that'll warrant just a wellness check for sure.
yeah, they're like, hey,
You know?
hey, Scott, are you running around in your underwear shooting machine gun at hot air balloons right now?
Apparently,
who's
a
asking?
12-year-old was trying to swat you.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounded edgy enough.
That's fucked up. I think swatting is, I mean, it is illegal.
Yeah, it's very
swat.
illegal.
It is illegal.
And you hear
But
about
I'm just-
you hear about the
I-
piece of shit they gave, I think, a life sentence to or something. I honestly don't know what his punishment was. It was something pretty good because he caused like the first death of a swatting.
Wow.
It was like a whole like Call of Duty argument that got way out of hand. And a kid was like, you're not going to swat me. But even if you did, here's my address. And he gave the wrong address on purpose.
Okay.
And so the guy who called his bluff sent it to his friend who happened to be like those kind of people. And he caused some father to come out of his house way too fast as the police were lining up out in front of his house and they shot him dead.
Ugh.
And then this guy, same piece of shit, decided to go and call him bomb threats at a Dallas video gaming convention. And
Wait, so he got away with the
yeah,
the
he got away
swatting?
with it, and he felt no remorse for it. He went on like fucking Keemstar talking about it and was almost like proud of it. And he was like, "No, they're never going to catch me." Dumbass was calling from like a Starbucks using their Wi-Fi, and they caught him hours later.
That's his version of.
And he was cool with it
Like,
during
that's just
during the court case. He was like, not a big deal.
yeah.
It's okay that I caused the death of a completely random person.
fuck 'em.
Get good.
Yeah, it's so
God,
it's
now he's getting ass pounded. So.
it's so destructive, and it's not even like it's bad enough to kill somebody, right? But now it's like, but you're gonna like incite a situation where now some other person's gonna potentially kill an innocent person.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you should make the fucking police do it then, right? Like it's always fucked up, and it's all fucked up, and that shit that's fucking it pisses me off.
Well, it's a low T move.
Yeah.
You know, it's
It's not right, man.
yeah, it's a
not
low
right,
T move, man. That's the new saying. I'm just gonna say it's low T.
People got families, man.
That's tiny PP energy.
U.S.
No,
Airsoft.
low T. It's low T.
He's somebody's son. Don't fucking swat.
Don't swat people. That's what little low T people do.
Then when we find you, brother.
Yeah.
You don't got soft hands. I saw him hustling out there today, brother, making that content, brother.
Jesus.
Man.
So through the popularity of US Airsoft and all that stuff, and you get to do some cool stuff, man. I mean, you're part of the airsoft industry, which means you get to go to SHOT Show. I've wanted to go. Mario and I talked about doing it for a long time, but we always felt like we're not good enough, honestly. like we shouldn't be there. So you went to SHOT Show this year, huh?
I've been going every year for like 4 or 5 years straight now.
Nice.
And it's getting to the point where like a lot of YouTubers will tell you it's like it's not like how it used to be. I mean, because it's exciting when you first go, right?
Sure.
You want to go film everything, and
Yeah.
everything's exciting, right? But then next year it's a little less exciting, and then less exciting. This year, to me, it felt like just little improvements. And that's how the industry goes a lot
Sure.
of times. Like it's not like 2012 KWA where they're just pulling crazy shit out of their ass,
Yeah.
you know. But so like this year just felt like small improvements here and there. Nothing crazy. Like EVIC had like an HPA powered Terran Tactical custom shotgun that they haven't released any info about yet.
Yeah.
And that they were teasing people with that idea. So that's interesting.
Did you get to see it or no? You have like
It
a
was on
prototype?
display, but
Yeah.
I didn't pick it up or anything like that.
Yeah.
I was going to a whole bunch of different booths. I was more focused on the gas blowback FNC by VFC, asking if we were actually going to get it into the United States, but I couldn't get a definitive answer.
So why would that be rare in the United States? Why can't you get it?
Because VFC makes their stuff so damn good that you could do certain things to it.
Oh,
The
jeez.
people who know, but I don't know if I should say it because I might get some dumbasses be like, hold up for a fucking minute and just
Yeah,
try
yeah.
something stupid. But there's some ATF import
Gotcha.
rules here.
And licensing too, right?
Nah, licensing, VFC does it by the book. So they're very legitimate on that.
There you go.
I know a lot of people would be like, why don't they just make like a new SPAS 12, man? And it's like, well, because it's licensing.
Yeah, right.
You don't have the licensing, you can't do shit legitimate.
Unpopular opinion, probably. I'm so over the SPAS 12.
Yeah, Jurassic Park was a long time ago. I think everybody's over
so
the past
over
12.
it.
Unpopular opinion: have another company besides VFC make it.
Oh, no, like that there would, geez, if anybody made like a gas powered, non shell ejecting SPAS 12, please. I don't know why every time I talk about gas powered, everybody's like, but it's got to be shell ejecting. Like,
That's why you have to go back and pick up all the
Yeah,
shells.
Okay, so
like,
I
I'm
had a Marusian, whichever one it was, the shell ejecting M1100.
yeah,
That sucked.
it's
It was
cool,
so
when
cool
you
for
think
the
about it, but at
first
home
30
when you're just
seconds.
goofing off.
Yeah, like I actually tried to play with that at an indoor field. It sucked. Having to go back and pick up the shells every game. No, absolutely not.
Like I brought up how a cool gas blowback AA12 would be, and everybody's like, it's got to be shell ejecting. It's
No.
like, why? Why do you want to make
No.
something
That-
awesome useless?
That's magazine fed. It does not have to be shell ejecting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you don't have the licensing, you can't do shit legitimately, and only certain companies get away with it. Everybody's been like, what about Tokyo Marui? It's like, well, they're Tokyo Marui. They could give a fuck less, and we're still going to import it. We don't care.
Yeah.
Tokyo Marui can do whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly. They've been doing
Do
it
whatever
forever.
the hell they want.
They will continue doing it. But that's just so much stuff and a lot of stuff that goes over my head. But like, you couldn't have G&G, make, oh God, they couldn't just make a Chris Vector
Yeah.
and just tell Chris to go shove it.
No.
So that would never work.
No.
so a lot of people are like, well, why doesn't this company just make that gun? And it's like, because it would never come into the US legally or something like that. Like the ICS Galil doesn't come in the United States anymore.
It still exists, just overseas.
Yeah, overseas.
I didn't know that until today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
They still make these.
I was just Googling and I just kept hitting next page, looking for everything.
use
I
a
could find.
VPN and change your status to anywhere outside the United States.
I just might, because I want to get a second one.
I see. Can I get an ICS Galil in Afghanistan?
Yeah. Dude, I love this. I love this gun so much. It's so beautiful, and you like yours that way because of Black Ops 1.
Ironically, the Black Ops 1 was a bastardized version of the ARM.
Yeah,
It was
I
the
know.
ARM, but they put the carry handle on the left side and they misspelled Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
They just because
It said is real.
yeah, it says is real. It's spelled wrong, and then the carry handle is just on the left so you can visually see it. It just makes it more exciting.
It's gorgeous. What draws you to the Galil so much? Is it because like when
The weird shape.
yeah,
I don't know what's so crazy fascinating about it to me. The weird upswept charging handle, it goes up and over like that. The probably sexiest backup night sights ever. It's such a weird amalgamation of just weird stuff. And I remember as a kid, the first time I ever saw it was in a book called Small Arms and Armor. And I was trying to be a nerd over it and pick out every single gun that John Browning made. And I just looked at it like he makes all the cool guns. And then the one guy got wrong multiple times was I was always putting the Galil in the list and then having to be like, oh wait, no, he didn't make that. Why? It looks so good though.
So ever since watching the Unsubscribed podcast, I cannot stop calling this the Balashnikov rifle. It is so hilarious. It's the greatest factoid I've ever learned about this gun. Forget the wire cutter and the bottle opener. It's the fact that the guy who made this, his name is Balashnikov. And this is just AK-47 with a mix of free NATO ammo.
Yeah.
It's so freaking phenomenal.
And the guy's name's Balashnikov.
Yeah.
And he changed it because he thought it sounded too Russian-y, and he changed it to a different name that he said still sounded too Russian-y. And he didn't. What was it? I can't remember if this story applies to the guy who made the Uzi or if it goes to the guy who made the Galil. But supposedly he didn't want the gun to be named after him. But the final people that had the naming like as their job, they're like, fuck you, it's called you.
Yeah.
It's still going to be named after you.
So they named it after a rapper.
So-
Lil Uzi.
Oh God.
Yeah. There's the Uzi, the micro Uzi, and the Lil Uzi.
So getting back to SHOT Show here, I know you guys.
Oh, God.
You guys want to nerd out over this just ugly
Keep going. I want my Coca-Cola.
rifle. Good Lord.
I want my Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes. Oh, look at how. Yep, that's.
Oh my God, you're so cool. Can I rub your junk?
Oh God.
It's a pretty tall table. I mean, you can crawl. No.
I got long legs.
So I imagine when you're at SHOT Show, you're bumping and rubbing elbows with a bunch of other YouTubers and stuff like that.
I try to use SHOT Show like a big reunion, but
Sure.
God, you meet people you would never expect. You know who was there at SHOT Show? I walked by him and I was confused as to why he was being there. There was like two people like this. Liver King.
No,
Yeah, he
really?
was there. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I was like, weren't you laughed out of your own like inner circle?
He was showing off his gun.
His fake guns?
yeah. Well, so are you.
He does not clean his firearms with liver,
Yeah, that's a good one. No, it's like
Turns out Liver King doesn't actually clean his firearms with livers. He actually just uses CLP and like
and roids. I ran into Meat Canyon, and Hunter is legitimately a cool dude.
Oh man.
Like, even though we were just talking for like 5 minutes, like I was just like, what the? It's like, no offense, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, a few of my friends are here, and it's like, I know who he was like hanging out with, and I was just like, oh, dude, that's cool. Well, it's cool that you came out here. And I was just asking him, and was like, hopefully you're enjoying your break away from YouTube. And he's like, dude, yeah, animations like kicking my ass. And it's like, where'd you live? We were just talking about where I thought he lived in Texas, and he did for a period of time.
Yeah.
And I was gonna like talk to him about a bunch of other YouTube stuff, but I was like, I'm sorry, man. I know you're probably gonna go somewhere. He's like, oh no, I'm not really. I'm just kind of just walking around. And it's like, well, I don't want to bother you too much. If you ever want to talk more, it's like, feel free. But it's nice meeting you. I'd love to get a photo real quick.
Yeah.
And I let him go on his way. And I always try never to be like annoying with that kind of stuff.
That guy. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely cool dude. Hunter Meat Canyon, really cool guy.
I love his
Would love to sit down and just pick his brain about YouTube bullshit.
Yeah.
Every time I meet any YouTuber in and out of Airsoft in general, that's all I want to talk about. It's like, how is YouTube treating you?
Yeah.
Any weird tricks that you've learned? Not like, how do you get so many views? Not like that, but like any weird tricks or glitches or just odd anomalies that you've ever seen that would be interesting.
Yeah.
So
I like his animation style. I'm going to be that guy real quick for a second. You guys should do an animated series about Airsoft.
Yeah, everybody was like, wait, are you guys collaborating? And I was like, dude, all I did was meet him.
No, it would be great though, because his animation style, and plus like you could put in all the tropes of Airsoft. Like you could do it. You could do your whole top 5 lists just animated out. See, there you go.
We need him to make a caricature of the guy who accuses other people of not calling their hits. But he's like this overpowered demon overlord, and everybody's afraid of him. And he's like normal playing. The game.
I would picture
but
like
he's the most innocent looking little boy.
I would picture like
Yeah.
the character would look like a 4-year-old or something, and it's using the gamer F word so much he sounds like a homophobic machine gun.
Yeah.
So
He shoots some guy. He's like, hey, call your hits. Hey, call your hits. And he like transforms into something like it's Resident Evil. He's like, you gotta call those hits. Like, Meat Canyon would do it so well.
He has like the anime eyes when he's a little kid, like the cute puppy eyes.
I would love to have him. Like, I want to do this patch. It's called the Ugly Scott patch, and it's so stupid looking. But like, I would love to have him make like his own like Ugly Scott sticker or something like that. And I would allow him to have 100% be the revenue, the whatever that would make, just so we could get it made in a like collaboration with him. I thought it would be great. This is the Ugly Scott patch.
Oh, that's so good.
Obviously, this is just a rough drawing.
That's so good, dude.
I want to have US Airsoft in like kids building blocks. And I'll send this to you guys if you want to. I shout out to Tristan Art and Airsoft. For sure.
Can we post that up in the video?
Yeah,
first?
absolutely.
Okay. That's hilarious.
That's awesome, dude. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
For you.
So how is the temperature with Airsoft and the rest of SHOT Show? Like, how's the like? Because
I get told all the time. It's like, I'm surprised they let you guys in here. I'm like, well, fuck you too then.
Okay, so maybe the collaborations with Demo Ranch and Donut. And
I
Brent
know
Herrera.
a lot. Here's something. A lot of people have to be driving these guys up a fucking wall.
Yeah.
The amount of times they probably get told, you guys should collaborate with Scott. You guys should collaborate with Alphonse and Jet and because it probably there. I see it so much.
Yeah.
On my end. And on their end, in
Yeah.
their comments section of like so many people saying, you guys should collaborate with this airsofter and that airsofter and this airsofter. And they probably see it so damn much that they want to stay so far away from us in general. But like, no, a few of them do try out Airsoft a little bit.
Yeah.
But like whenever I go to SHOT Show, I've legitimately seen people like look at our badges and then be like, oh, never mind. I don't even need to talk to you.
Do they have do the badges, are they color coded? So you have like a different color? Like, so they
Ours is rainbow.
Yeah.
But no,
There's so many bad jokes to be made.
The badge will just have like your name and it'll have like what company you represent.
Yeah.
So mine would say Scott Hollenbeck. Also said we were from like San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah.
US Airsoft. Loser.
Well, if we went, ours would just say Zulu 24.
Yeah, so that's something I've talked about with a few other companies in the industry. There are distributors on a retail side that will not give Airsoft stores accounts.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it says Airsoft.
Yeah.
Like I was talking with Amped about it because they have that problem because Airsoft's in their name. Certain companies that I work with won't talk to them.
I had what is it? I had a major company. I'm not going to say them, but I had a
We can bleep it so that we know.
Yo, you guys know about this story.
Okay.
Yeah, we could just talk about that during the break. But
Oh, yeah.
We had a major company watch one of my 1v1s, and a friend of mine is on their marketing team secretly. And he told me about this situation. They saw my 1v1 and wanted to do my 1v1 series, but they don't want me involved with it. They want another airsofter, who I'm also not going to name,
Yeah.
because I don't want to throw him under the bus or make people think that he has something to do with it, because he doesn't. They wanted to take my 1v1 series and not do it with me, wanted me to not have any association with it, do it with this other airsofter, and make it their own series.
Fuck them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You made something
And
cool,
I
and they're just like, yeah, so we're not gonna like steal
The-
it
the
from
one
you, but
thing-
we want to seize it.
The
from
one
you.
thing that pissed me off so much about this situation is I brought it up with another pretty well-known airsofter at the time, and he basically said, I understand their point though. It would be much better for airsoft if they did it with this other guy instead of you. You
Oh,
gotta
thanks,
you
bro.
gotta think what is best for the community, not what's best for you.
No, fuck your intellectual
And I was
property.
like,
No,
what?
no. You know what's good for the community? Fucking competition and capitalism. So if there's somebody as creative or more creative than you that can come up with a more creative idea and execute it, then I think that would be good for the airsoft community.
That's called raising the bar.
Yeah.
So I actually went to their booth at SHOT Show and I talked to their marketing guy and he was like, "Oh no, we would love to do this with you actually." Like I didn't go out there like an asshole. Like I was like, I heard you guys are trying to steal from me." I was just like, "Hey, I know you guys want to do this series. I know you're interested. Would you guys want to talk about this out? Maybe we can do something." And yeah, they were like totally on board. "You guys have to talk to our CEO. He would love to talk to you." So I sent him a friend request on Facebook. I leave maybe like 30 minutes later. I check Facebook just to see nothing yet. So I go to the search option. And I type in the guy's name and I can't find his profile anymore. He blocked me.
Oh,
And it's like, all right, well, fuck you guys too then.
that's pretty definitive.
So I was also once at range day, and you go a day before, and you get for us, we just kind of waste other people's ammo.
Yeah.
But it's where everybody's just trying out new Glocks, new Smith and Wessons, a lot of pistols and stuff like that. But they're usually sometimes like full autos and stuff, just to attract people to certain booths. Was High Point will bring some full auto AKs that have nothing to do with what they're making. But there was a guy who had a suppressed M240 Bravo,
Nice.
and he was letting he had a little sign. It said if you have 30,000 followers or more on Instagram, he'd let you shoot like 15 rounds out of it, as long as you filmed it for your Instagram. You want to pause? So I went up to him, and I had my Instagram account, and I had like 30,000 plus or something like that. And I walked up to him, and I showed him, and he's like, "Airsoft? No, you're gonna need double that." And
Thanks.
and wouldn't let me. And my friend next to me is like, "Come on, man, that's fucking bullshit." And I was like, "No, dude, don't start shit here at SHOT Show because of it." But it's like, yeah, that's horse shit, dude. It's like I know I can already hear it. People was like, "Well, it's his gun, he gets to decide." And it's like, yeah, but I can see how like that just kind of threw us under the bus a little bit there.
See, I think
Airsofters need a good football team
it's
to just win a season.
well, it's just silly, right? It's an elitist attitude, but there's so much overlap. There's so much overlap in both communities. There's an incredible amount of overlap. We're basically the same people.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they're just like shitting on us just because.
And you better not fucking make fun of us. Like that's how it usually
Right?
gets
Yeah.
pointed. It's like if you dare make fun of the firearm community, we will rain hell on you.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
should.
oh, okay, so fuck us only, huh?
right.
Why are we just getting like being the bullied kids?
It's so silly. It's basically the same fucking community.
But then as soon as like, and this is not to throw these guys under the bus here, but as soon as Grand Thumb or Administrative Results or any of these other gun tubers makes a video positive about Airsoft, oh my God, wow, Airsoft looks so great.
Yeah.
It'd be great for training. It sounds so fun. But then when any of the Airsofters said it, it's like, what a stupid sport. You guys are fucking join the military.
Yeah, what the
Oh,
fuck
God.
do
And then
you know?
And I love this. I love this. But dude, I was in the military. Well, go back.
Go back.
Like you're asking to get punched in the teeth, aren't you?
Go back to the
Like
military.
the guy who would say that was likely never enlisted. Go like if they're saying go back, I
Yeah.
doubt they were enlisted.
you know
I
how
haven't.
many-
I've never heard anybody who's been in the military ever entertain the idea of going back.
You're just not there because you're a wimp.
That's it.
It's like it's always some stupid bullshit. Like
They're always talking about how fucking awful it was.
You know how many hours on the flat range I've got?
Yeah.
well, while you're playing pansy soft, I'm out here in the middle of buttfuck nowhere
Yeah.
trying to shoot insurgents. Like
That's why I appreciate like Travis Haley. You know, he in my opinion anyway, he kind of represents Airsoft in a positive light.
yeah,
You know, you're talking about a big gun guy. I mean, Haley Strategic, geez, and he's out there with his kids, and he's kind of like everybody understands that Airsoft is not a perfect analog to real firearms. Like, there's nothing that's a good analog, right?
Yeah.
Even sim rounds suck. There's sim munitions and all that. But at least he's he's willing to like get his kids out of the house, do something together. And yes, there are things that you can do with airsoft that may apply. You could also just have fun. Oh man,
Who would have thought?
holy cow!
Yeah.
Like I've never seen anybody playing Call of Duty and like a bunch of people shit on them in the comments like, why don't you just join the real military? It's the same thing. I'm like, what?
Oh, let's start that. We should start that. That should be our flat Earth.
Yeah. Oh no.
Are you playing Gran Turismo? Why don't you just become a real race car driver?
Yeah.
No, you gotta-
Microsoft Flight Simulator. How about you jump in there and fly some real
So
passengers?
you like to play NBA
we
games?
have
huh?
to comment on. Got to comment on Call of Duty gameplay videos and be like, why don't you just play Airsoft?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I
Why don't you get off your fucking couch and touch grass? Play Airsoft.
You know where you will see that though? On like the Milsim Arma comments. You'll see people that'll be like, this is so lame. Why don't you just join the military?
I can't even fathom writing that comment on a video game. Like,
And it's that meme literally of the guy screaming, "Stop having fun."
Yeah. No one is allowed to go on the internet and just take something.
Why
for
don't
face
you just-
value. Like, why can't you just look at this and go, oh, this must be so fun? Because
Why
I get it all the time with my Milsim West videos. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
we post 3 or 5 minute montages, playing fire, music, recap the 40-hour event in 3 minutes. Every time without fail. This is so stupid. Just join the military.
I swear one day one of them is going to piss me off and it's just going to be like, why don't you just join the military? It's like, why don't you just shut the fuck up? How about try that? Now, like, that's a new tactic.
It's like if somebody's
I've
into
done that.
It's like if somebody's into aquariums and they got these aquatic fish in a fish tank. They're like, why don't you just go live in the ocean? like he likes fucking fish tanks.
Just
dude.
tell me that
he
you-
likes the temperature control and feeding them at the right time every day.
Just tell me that you would like completely lose against me at any 1v1 because your ass is too soft to go up against me. Come on, just 1v1 me. An average airsofter.
there you go.
That's why I like your 1v1 series. I like the premise of it, but it is unfortunate that there are a bunch of
Oh my god.
there's a bunch like the idea is to get people that aren't in airsoft
Yeah.
to 1v1 you. And it's
Yeah.
not because
Like if-
and it's not because winning 1v1 in airsoft is like,
Oh, look at me. I can
It's-
beat a
it's
bunch
like-
of people that don't know how to play airsoft.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
actually just inviting other people
Yeah.
to have fucking fun.
Dude, you want to just have a 1v1? It's like it's a real life game of Call of Duty. And I'm not the best player. Fucking Eddie Valiant could whoop my ass 10 times over. But like,
It's such a cool premise because like so Prince Shoot Repeat was you did that with him.
Yeah.
And obviously he's doing real firearms, but
Yeah.
he's the spiciest gun tuber right now. I fucking love his channel because I like 3D printing. I don't know if you saw my shops earlier. I have two printers in there, about to get a third. He's a part of a serious part of like the next wave of industrial revolution, which is self-manufacture
Sure.
of precise parts. And you could do this with 3D printing for years, but the idea of it was like, but now you can make firearms with a 3D printer and they work fairly reliably. So now it's like, so there was a time when everybody
like what?
needed a laser jet printer in their house. Everybody's house has a printer.
oh no, I
Everybody's
broke a
house has a
plate.
TV. Everybody's house has a refrigerator. But like, if you have a 3D printer and you have some basic knowledge of shapes and numbers, like,
I know shapes.
dude, you can. The printer is such a useful tool. I love his channel, and the fact that you got him onto Airsoft, his thing isn't really explicitly Airsoft, but he's
Yeah.
very fun.
Yeah, we're just
He-
goofing off.
He's having fun, and he did that, and like that was fucking cool.
And
Do you think it's kind of like a double-edged sword though for some people because in the hierarchy of gunness, I guess airsoft might be on a lower tier, so they're
You
thinking,
think?
well, yeah, it's like it's like a double-edged sword for them, right? Like if they beat you in a one-on-one, congratulations,
What we
beat,
fucking do.
you beat an airsofter. But if you beat them, to them, that in their heads that might be devastating because they're the gun guy.
Welcome to the biggest conspiracy theory that
There you
wraps
go.
around the 1v1 series.
Bum, bum, bum.
So there has been a theory from the very beginning, because it'll be like, why doesn't Donut Operator? Why doesn't Brandon Herrera? Why don't all these big gun tubers? Why doesn't Grand Thumb this and blah blah blah?
What are they
Random-
scared?
Why don't, yeah, exactly. Why don't any of these guys want to do a 1v1 with you? Well, it's like, and then people are like, oh, it's because if they lose even a single round, it'll make them look really bad to their, everybody that they work with. And God forbid if they sell like courses like Lucas Botkins, right?
Yeah.
Who I've got a story about. Really cool dude whenever I talk to him. If I were, let's say Lucas lost to me, people would be like, bro, why am I going to listen to you about tactics if you lost to an airsofter?
The toy gun.
Yeah.
Let's do a toy gun.
So I brought that up with
Toy
Lucas
guns kill people.
because I ran into Lucas Botkins at SHOT Show this year, and I asked him about this conspiracy theory, and he was like, "I could see people buying into that if they're stupid." And it's like, because you're not going to even do 1/10 of what you would do in airsoft in the real world, so it doesn't apply to a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Turns
And
out-
obviously, you're not trying to make us look bad. Like, if me and Lucas Botkins went 1-to-1, I'm not going to be like, "Yeah, fuck you and your stupid tactics."
You're going through the effort, through whatever connections you have to rent out this indoor arena
Yeah.
just for you guys to have this experience so
We're
that you can
goofing off.
I mean, are they allowed to also make their own content
Yeah.
revolving around it?
Yeah.
So it's like it's something they could
I'm
also
not trying to
use
spin it one way or another. It's like, dude, do you want to just have a 1v1, a real life match of search and destroy in Call of Duty, basically?
Yeah.
And it goes over well. We're not trying to flex each other's tactics or be like, the airsofter is better than the real firearms guys. Like, we're just fucking around here. Like, we're not doing anything that deep. And
Yeah.
people love it.
Yeah. Turns out the airsofter's better at airsoft than this other guy.
You know, I also think that like just through the short period of time we met, right? And like I'm seeing your phone as you're showing me stuff, and like your messages are like fucking crazy. I'm just like, dude, do you even get a chance to go through all this?
I try my very best.
And this isn't like a slight to you, but like a page like Garantham or Demolition Ranch, they have a
that's the
dude,
other
that's
thing.
so it's got to be so overwhelming. And they,
Yeah.
I don't think it's because they're embarrassed that they'd lose and it hurt their brand. They probably want to keep things minimal.
I also
So
like,
it's not convoluted. Like a bigger channel like that, I can see that.
Yeah.
They're probably just
and also you got to
Yeah.
remind yourself too.
They're human beings.
I'm only 430,000 whatever subscribers.
Yeah, which is a fuck ton.
Yeah.
But that ain't shit on YouTube.
It's not shit on YouTube,
Yeah.
but it's still
I think
and-
that's impressive as hell.
it's super impressive.
And it's also in a different subject ish. So
Are you the largest airsoft YouTube channel?
no.
Oh, I keep forgetting about airsoft.
No, not even
Apology.
close.
but for this demographic, that's huge because you enter a room, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that you're not the smartest one in the room, you're not the strongest one in the room, you're not the most popular one in the room, right? So to obtain that means that there's some development there. Like that's, there's the skill, merit, whatever it is, right? Within this community, you got yourself really popular within it, and that's percentage-wise of the airsofters. How many of them have you captivated? You can compare yourself to all of YouTube, but there's channels on YouTube that are huge on some weird topics. They're videos we'd never watch. These are people that they like different interests, different hobbies, different.
That's why I needed to get
Yeah.
into model train building. This is what we're all. So, like, what I'm trying to do now, I'm focusing on people that have absolutely nothing to do with firearms a lot of times, and they almost always say yes.
Yeah.
So I am going to be doing a 1v1 with, I can't say who exactly, but in about 3 weeks in San Antonio, we're doing a 1v1 at Awaken Airsoft Arena. It's a really great CQB place in San Antonio that I've just never had the time to be able to go and make them any content. I know some people are like, oh, he's trying to avoid Awaken Airsoft. It's like, no, it's just I don't want to film something there and not have it out for 5 months.
Yeah.
And everybody's bitching about it.
Yeah.
It's like if I go there, I want to film the video and have it out in like a month's time if I could. I want to give my direct attention to it.
Yeah.
But I just haven't had the time. I had so many different videos on log that I had to keep up with. So we're going to go do this 1v1 there. And then after making this episode, of course, the 1v1 series is going to get more traction again because I did it with a really big time content creator. And who knows what will come after that? Maybe some people would even directly message me and be like, hey, I would love to do a 1v1 with you if you're up for it.
Sure.
Now, what I would really like to do, I would like to do a 1v1 with somebody that no one will want me to win against. Like, if I beat him, people are going to be pissed. Like, if I 1v1 Ian McCollum, like, not saying that he needs to message me, not a call out. But if I won against Ian McCollum or
Ian McCollum
Or-
would verse you wearing a trench coat and a cowboy hat.
or Windigoon, like, if I did a 1v1 with Windigoon and I won that, people would be pretty much pissed off, I would assume. Like, I want to do a 1v1 like that, where people are like, oh, please beat Scott.
Yeah.
Please just destroy him. Like, that would be a really cool one. And like, I'm not gonna hide this. Whenever I do 1v1s, we've always thought about how can how can we make some motherfucking money off of it? Like, we've always thought about something like that because we saw the boxing matches that all the YouTubers have done,
Yeah.
and everybody's making out like villains. Now, again, they're all multi-million subscriber channels, so
Sure.
we shouldn't expect that kind of crazy stuff. But we've always thought, like, is there anywhere we can go with this in the future, like where we can, get a crowd of people? And then that's where we're like, that sounds so fucking dumb. Like, we can't do that. But we've thought about it a couple of times. It just never seemed feasible. It's like, I'll just keep it to like it just being a goofy, silly thing, and then we'll just let the video speak for itself when it comes out. And we've only done 2 episodes, but both episodes have had an impact. The first one had a pretty good impact in the airsoft world, and apparently made like a lot of real firearms community like people get a little pissed off, even though the guy I challenged, who Jammer Actual, like, he destroyed me. People apparently got a little upset about that, and I don't know why exactly.
I'm telling you.
And then when I did it with Prince You Repeat, it was almost an overwhelmingly like positive reception.
I think it's because it's plausible, just based off the channels, right? It's plausible that Print You Repeat plays airsoft, right? Like when you see his style of media in like kind of the way he, like his intro, the smartest intro I've ever seen, like just to throw the algorithm off.
Yeah.
Like
Like I did it with Aaron, who was Jammer Actual, and like even though he destroyed me, there was like a lot of shit being thrown at me for it.
What kind of shit?
It was just like a lot of firearms people saying that like I'm embarrassing the firearms community, it's disrespectful.
oh, now we're part of the firearms community?
Yeah, now only whenever it matters and shit.
Within the firearms community, they're like, if you carry a P365, you're a disgrace to the firearms community. Your wife has a boyfriend. Like
At this point,
carry a 1911 like a man.
at
like,
this point, like there's been so much shit thrown at us for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like at some point, like I just might be like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I don't care if you guys are upset about it. I don't care if you think I'm disrespectful, because there's so much shit that I'll do that is disrespectful, apparently, just because I'm doing it as an airsofter, but would be totally funny, meme worthy if another firearms YouTuber did it.
Yeah.
I've
so
gone to
save all your ideas for after you become a Navy SEAL, and then the only people that will shit on you is the Navy SEAL community.
And that's a smaller community, so
Yeah.
it won't take so much.
just become an
flack.
Army Ranger.
But
or something like
but
that.
they're not going to SWAT you; they'll just show up.
They'll just kill you. So, like I've been to machine gun shoots, and then like I'll pass an idea. It's like, hey, yeah, I wanted to make a little video about this gun that you have. If that sounds cool. And they're like, oh yeah, man, that's great. What do? I do a pretty sizable YouTube channel. It's like, oh man, that sounds great. What is it about? And then they look in, they're like, fuck. And then it's like, oh wait, what that kind of negative response? And now like my idea that I had was so cool to them is now like, it's pretty fucked up of you. Do you know that? Do you know that shorts series that I have where it's I go up to people and I just like show them some weird unique gun and be like, what is this gun called?
Yeah.
I've done like 3 or 4 different shorts videos like this, right? And I look for something that I know a lot of people don't know the real name to.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to them and say, what is this gun? And a lot of people will mess it up, of course. That's the whole point of it. And the guy who gets it, thank you, congratulations. Which I don't know how people thought that if you got it right, I'd give you the gun. People made up their own rules, apparently. But the very first episode got scrapped and deleted because I did it at a full auto shoot. A guy had some pretty unique guns, and he had a Suomi. I can't say the stupid name right, which is ironic. It's a Suomi. It's like Italian submachine gun, and I knew people would fuck this up a lot because it's like a very specific number connected to it.
Yeah.
It's like any of the Japanese Nambu pistols or any of the Nambu rifles in general, because it's like Japanese Nambu type this.
Yeah.
But you don't remember all the fucking numbers. From
Sure.
Any of the Nambu, so of course it's going to screw up a bunch of people. That's intended almost in the whole point of the short. But I started doing it, and quickly it pissed off people at the shoot because it's like, are you trying to make me look stupid?
You're trying to make
You know how
the gun
dis-
community look stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
You're trying
Exactly.
to showcase our awesome like firearms. You're trying to show everybody how awesome what we're doing is. Like
Airsofters will take it as like, you know, I was like, no, I don't know. Teach me. You know, they'll want like, they don't mind, they don't care. And when I ask these people, like, hey, I would like to include you in a shorts video. Do you mind if I ask you a question? It's not to make you look stupid. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I just want to film this. And if people say no, okay, thank you very much. And I just did this last week at EVIC.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay, you have a nice day. Because I just did a short that I'm still not allowed to release on fucking YouTube because they think that it's illegal weapons somehow, and I don't even show off any guns in it. I have a clipboard and I say, "How do you say evic?" Because there's always been a fight, evic or evike, and I show it to people. I was like, "How do you say this?" And people are back and forth, evic, evac, and people are just fighting over it. They're just like not fighting over it, but they're just saying it in two different ways. And I say nothing else. How do you say this, evike? That's it. They just cut to the last thing. And a bunch of people were like, no, I don't want anything to do with it. Okay, you have a nice day.
Yeah.
And for all the people that wanted to be a part of it, went over well. So I've never had a problem doing it in the airsoft world. Then as soon as I try to step into the real firearms community with like the pilot of the What Is This Gun shorts, instantly I get all this like talk about I'm being disrespectful and that people are complaining about it. It's like they literally act as if I just went over to them like this, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, stupid, what is this?
Does it ever
Fucking
make
old
you
man? Like what happened?
Does it ever make you wish that if you could go back and tell your younger self some advice, like would you try to approach the channel in a more anonymous way, the way Print Shoot Repeat kind of does?
Just
so
go
that
out
you
there
could,
with a mask, maybe.
well, like on your channel, so that when you go and approach people,
I mean, people already think this is disrespectful somehow.
because it looks like Quagmire
Yeah.
from it's Quagmire's nose. But like, do you wish that maybe if you like, if your channel had like a more anonymous thing to it, it might be easier for you to approach these other people with,
Until I got caught.
well, right, but
And then people would be fucking
But-
pissed.
Yeah.
do you feel like it would help the first impressions?
Yeah, absolutely. You'd be able to trick a lot of people very quickly.
Well, I don't think it's
Well, I mean, you'd be hiding behind something.
Well, you would be, there would be no preconceived notions.
Notions, yeah.
Right.
Well, I've thought about going to a couple events and lying about what I represent, but then I was like, nah.
you come in with the communist hammer and sickle.
No,
flag.
not like that. I mean, like, whenever, like, if I had done the same thing, but I lied and said I was a part of a real firearms channel, I would have gotten away with it very easily.
Yeah, but
But then I'd get found out and it would
yeah, that
go bad real quickly.
It's very
Right.
simple.
Well, that's a blatant lie.
being
but
told to-
protecting your
yeah.
own identity.
Oh, yeah.
For the sake of like interpersonal relationships, because that's really important in business,
Oh, yeah.
especially for you. Because like, it just seems like if they like you, they'll collab, and if they
Yeah.
don't, they don't. And they're basing what they like and dislike you off of, based off of like anything. Anything. It could just be they don't like your content specifically. They don't like you as a creator, or they just like they don't like beanies. They're just like they have a thing with guys that wear Neff beanies. You know, they don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh is. They think that Millennium Ring is like some
I
weird.
need to
cult.
show you what I look. Oh, I don't even have it anyway. I know I've got a photo somewhere on my phone. I can finally show you what I look like when I'm complete shaven. Even just a mustache is enough to completely throw people off because I look way too young when I'm shaven. But no, I totally understand exactly what you're talking
You could impersonate like a 15-year-old when you shave, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hang out, and then those YouTubers like the gun guys, they have to be wholesome, right? They can't be mean to a fucking
Oh,
yeah.
18-year-old.
You should also see too when people find out I'm an airsoft YouTuber and I go to real firearm stuff, they want me to fuck up like so much. Like I've shot a Barrett a couple times just on this like on tables and stuff. I've been wanting to shoot it like standing upright,
Yeah.
but no one will let me do that. But I've been wanting to for a while. But whenever I shot it on the table, I had like a small crowd of people. And then after I got like the 2 rounds I did off, and I looked back and everybody was like, fuck.
Yeah. Damn it.
It's like, oh, wow, yeah, I didn't break my damn collarbone and try to like split my nose in half by putting it right up against the stock.
So like thinking about that, like I think a reason why they might want you to fail, and this is just common with people, they want to, because they see the success that you have. And I think what you have going really well for yourself is throughout these years, you've stayed really consistent as far as like who you are. You're still posting consistently with that same energy. Everything still looks fresh. Like you look like a train. When I see your channel, it looks like a machine that's not going to stop. You know what I mean? And that's like a good thing. That's a sign of success. And anybody that has anything that somebody wants, people want them to fail.
I've always thought of it like it's just like he's the airsofter. We should expect him to be a fuck up kind of thing a lot of times.
Well, the,
That
airs-
and like
the
me being
airsoft
I'm a
community.
small, skinny
The
person.
airsoft community does that too.
Yeah, the airsoft community doesn't help in that regard.
Yeah.
Actually. I mean, just look at all the fights and flip out
Oh my
freaking
God.
channels.
If you look at like,
those have done more damage to the airsoft community than anything else, dude.
it's
And
like
I've also
civilization
gotten told-
levels.
I've also gotten told, Scott, stop trying to be so prideful against this. swear, just make a fights and cheaters compilation video or something like that. Get the bag and never do it again. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but you sell your soul for that bag.
But
I know, right?
That's not even, you're not being prideful, in my opinion, for not sharing that. I think that you just have a conviction against it, which
It's not my thing.
That's not
I'm gonna
necessarily
do
a
it.
pride. I think pride would be how you would have to justify it to yourself after you make the bag
Yeah.
for sharing that. You're just like, well, what? You wouldn't do it? Like, I did well for myself. I did what anybody else would.
I remember explaining
Like-
this in a live stream too. It's like you got to look at it too from like if you want to boil it down to numbers, it's like the money is so damn good if you do that and the video blows up and everything.
Yeah.
And I'd asked chat, it was like, would y'all do it at least once if no one knew exactly who you were? And it was the whole chat was like, yes. It's like, I'm not stupid. Yeah, I would do it. It's like, now would you do it in my if you were me? And they're like, no. Like, yeah, if you're a if like not say it like this, but if you're a nobody,
Yeah.
fuck them. But now if you're someone involved in the community deep, like, no. You don't want to do that if that was your whole thing from the beginning too.
Yeah.
It's like it makes you look like a jackass. It's like, well, now you can't be trusted.
That's right. You hear that, Airsoft community?
It's
Stop-
great. You can
stop
monetize off of fight videos, but you can't show a toy gun.
Yeah.
What
Right.
the
All right, gentlemen. Scott, thank you so much for coming out. Anthony, we'll try to keep you on track.
I'm gonna get sleep tonight.
Good
I promise.
Lord, man. Guys, with that, good night. God bless. I'm out.
I lost all my sponsors in this episode.
No, you